Hey everybody, we're talking Steph Curry makes NBA history and Prince's estate gets a lot of controversy. All that and more on Black Hollywood Lives this week.
You are tuned in to Black Hollywood Live this week.
And we have no music, but that's okay. Here it is. The beat kicks in. Uh-oh, let's look at Rachel dance today. Rachel, feel the beat.
I'm not dancing because James doing all the dancing for everyone.
Feel the beat, just move your shoulders. Come on.
Oh my God.
Hey. There you go.
Hey.
We like on like a Tom Joyner boat right now.
Is it going extra long just for me?
It's going extra long for you. Hey everybody, welcome to Black Hollywood Lives this week. I am your host, Derrial Christon. Here joining me today is the Rhythm Nation guru, Rachel True.
Rhythmless Nation guru, thank you. Hi, nice to be here.
And I have two great guests who are not even guests. I said guests. Actually, James is a guest. James is a guest.
Rhythm gets
actually one guest today. What I was going to say actually is that it was your birthday. It's your birthday.
Our collective
birthday.
twins.
The collective birthday twins host. One's a guest, but he's really a host.
Yes.
James Lott and Courtney Stewart. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Did you say birthday?
Birthday. That's what I said. Birthday.
I love it.
You want to sing us a verse?
Oh my God, yeah, because I sing like I dance, so no.
Really? You want to do
Thank you, I don't.
That's what we should have played for our theme song.
We didn't even think about that.
We didn't even think about that.
It's
We're
fine.
late. All right, well, you guys can send those. Why don't you guys send some Snapchats and tweets to
Snapchats
James and
tweets.
Courtney of you singing happy birthday
I'm not
to
on
them.
Snapchat, so that won't work.
Okay, well, that won't
You do
work.
to me. I'm on everything.
Yeah,
And James Lott Jr. on
just
everything.
throw me in and be like, hey, Courtney, tell
Yeah.
James.
Your gift from me is that I won't sing to you today. You're welcome.
Are you going to do anything exciting for your birthday?
We did
I've
already.
been celebrating all week
Me
because our
too.
actual birthdays are May 10th.
Yes.
They were on Tuesday, so we've
too.
had lots of partying
Yes, we
going
have.
down.
Lots of
It's turned
margaritas
into
and-
a week of
Yes.
celebration.
Tequila shots?
And we're not
As
done
it
yet.
should.
I had some
My
tequila
mom
in my
watches
drink.
this.
Oh, your mom? My mom watches. She knows already. Hi, Benita. She knows what's going on about me. There are
What's
no
up,
secrets
Benita?
with us. Benita
What
knows
up,
all about
BB?
me. She knows all about me already.
She knows all about Will.
Yes.
My mom does not.
Well, she may learn a couple things today.
Not at all. It's all in the vault. What
Ooh, I
happened
like
on Tuesday night stays on Tuesday night.
Ooh, okay, go on,
Now I want
girl.
to know what that is. All right.
I love it.
All right,
Good times,
well,
though.
we got a lot of great topics
Yes.
today.
We do.
We do not have DJ Jesse J. He'll be back next week,
Yes.
but we are thinking of him right now.
Of course.
He's alive, though.
He's alive.
He's fine.
He's fine.
All is good.
He's just
alive.
busy.
He's just busy. He has
alive.
some
So
other-
cryptic, you
some other-
guys.
He has some other
He does
jobs to
okay.
take care of.
He's good. He's good.
He got some coins to get.
He has
So.
some coins.
He's in the
to get
vault.
today.
He's in the vault.
He's in the vault.
All right, Courtney, what do we have today?
That's what Tuesday was about. All right, so first up, getting some coin, Ms. Black Chyna, y'all. She was in the news and gossip all over the place this week because she has released a new line of emojis, and they're called Chymojis.
Genius. I love that you clapped for that too.
Clap for her. She's got
Were
over.
you clapping or clapping back?
You took it from me. I was
I
about
love
to
it.
say it. You took it from me.
I love it. I love it.
I
gonna say
appreciate
it.
that. Well, if you would like some Chymojis, you have over 700 Chymojis to choose from. And of course, Miss Black Chyna is following in the footsteps of her leaders, because we had the Kimojis come out back in December with Miss Kim Kardashian. We had Mother Emojis come out from her BFF, Miss Amber Rose, back in March, all of which were doing very well. And Miss Chyna has released hers, and there's some reports saying that she might make up to $2 million in a day
Wow.
selling emojis.
I don't know that I believe that report. 2 million in a day sounds lofty.
It sounds lofty, but Forbes actually, when Kim released hers, Kim was making $2 million a minute.
Shut your mouth.
According to Forbes, okay? And that, we
That's
don't know
just
how long that
crazy.
lasted. That could have been like as it just came out, like
Right.
that first few
Yeah.
days or whatever. But it's a lot of money, y'all.
I believe it. I feel like this is the next step anyway. I mean, it's personalized emojis. That's the next step.
I'm not mad at the hustle, by the way.
Not
Like
at all.
I just, I wish I could make that much off an
too.
That's
emoji,
right.
I know,
which I
right?
couldn't. So
And some of her emojis, in case you guys were curious, you
Okay.
can get emojis of her and Rob. There are a lot of her and Rob. Rob, pushing a stroller, holding a baby, because they have a possible baby on the way. Of course, the one that she posted on her
Possible. So
Instagram.
it's confirmed
it's
now.
confirmed.
I guess
It's
it's
a baby. The one that she was pregnant in, she has one that says Angela Kardashian for mayor of Calabasas.
Who's that? The baby that's not born yet? That's the baby's name?
That's her real name, isn't it?
Her real name's Angela.
Oh, her name is Angela.
And isn't she going to start going by her name now? That's what I read too. She's not going to
Possibly
be Black Chyna
because she
anymore.
trademarked the name, the Angela Kardashian, and all of that, so she can
Very
start
smart
to
business
It's
move,
smart
by
to
the way.
go ahead and do
Very
it.
smart.
Very
She did
smart
it.
That's what I
She went
did.
and
I forgot to marry well. I believe that is what I've
we
done
all
wrong.
missed that
Me
calling.
too.
Doggone
Me
it.
too.
Doggone
I'll
it.
drink to that.
I'll drink that too. Me too.
Amen. But one of the most interesting emojis that she has that was causing lots of controversy was one of her future sister-in-law / potential stepmama to her child, Miss Kylie Jenner. There's an emoji that looks an awful lot like Kylie Jenner getting slapped by
I
Black
saw
Chyna.
that. I know. I saw that. I was like, shady.
And it was just reported that Kylie and her man broke up.
Well,
She's 18. Of course they
Yeah.
broke up. She's supposed to break up. Like, if they stay together any longer, it's shocking. Who still is with their 18-year-old boyfriend?
It's so true. If I could tell my younger self anything, it's like, don't pay no mind to any of the. It's fun. That's all it is at that age.
Yeah.
You are just having fun. And the minute you think, oh my God, I have to, you're wrong. Break up with them
Break
because
up.
it's never
done.
going to last. Yeah.
You're supposed to be playing with him right now.
But here's my thing, though.
He
I
got
just
a
feel
baby.
like
Just play.
He does have a baby, but I feel like everything is strategic because there's a lot of me that feels even that the Black Chyna emojis is something that Kris Jenner is behind
I'd be
a little
surprised.
bit. It wouldn't surprise me. And for two, it's like the Kardashians are about to come out with their new season.
They needed a plot twist.
They need a plot twist. So now, because I don't know how this happened, but I was catching up on the Kardashians all day the other day because they were playing it all
binged
day.
the Kardashians
I binged
for an
I will
entire
admit
day.
it. I binged it for
Because
several
you
hours.
like it or because you have to report on it?
No, honestly,
I actually used to like it. I just got over it in the last few years because it's too much.
No,
But in
I'm
the
gonna be honest with
beginning,
you.
I enjoyed it.
It was an accidental binge. I mean, I just had it on, and then I was doing something. I was working on the computer, and before I knew it, I knew what Scott was updated with. I knew what Kylie was doing. I knew Tyga was doing. I knew Chris talking to Tyga. To me, it's like, is this just a plot? They broke up, the emojis.
Yeah.
Is this all for the new season?
Well, sources say that Black Chyna and Rob stand to make anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000 per episode for their own reality show, and $500,000 each for their wedding special. So perhaps it
So
is.
Rob's back.
Well, in a certain way, it kind of harkens back to the oldie times, way before, like your great grandparents' day, when marriages were basically for financial gain.
Right. Sure.
And the people grew to love and accept each other. In a lot of the cases, romantic love is kind of a
Love is a
newer
20th century
concept in
concept.
terms
Right,
of being
sure.
married for love. Love has always been around,
Yeah.
but marrying for
Marrying
love
for
is a new
love
concept.
is a
So
concept.
in a way, we're just going back to the oldie days because I bet they like each other.
Yeah.
Would they have
I'm sure they
stayed
have
together?
amazing sex. I mean, I've seen Black
'Cause
Chyna
that's what you're
behind
thinking
her
about, of course.
at a restaurant, so I can imagine.
Is that all
Doesn't that
real
scare-
though?
No.
No, listen,
Does
I
it
don't
really
know. I
matter?
am blissfully naive.
It doesn't matter at all.
As long as it's soft,
doesn't
it don't
bother you?
matter.
Not the guys, doesn't.
I am like super naive about all this. I just assume that that's your ass if that's what you look like. But do you think so Kim and all the girls, do you think they've all had work done or that's their real
All I have to
vibe?
say, Miss Khloe Kardashian, I heart you, but
I do heart
we
her.
all work out, and we all know that in the course of working out, you don't slim everything down, your thighs, your waist, everything, and somehow your boobies and your ass grow in the opposite
That's very
direction.
true.
And I do think
That's very
Kim's.
true.
I think Kim's is real.
No, it's not.
I think
It was real in the beginning.
Well, they're Eastern European. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
they're
it was big
they're
in the
starting their
beginning.
hearty stock.
Have you seen her behind recently?
I've never seen her in person, by the way, but she is about my height, and
Yeah,
that
she's
ass
teeny.
is like 5 times wider than,
Yeah.
but I'm a girl who, when I lose weight, I get a flat ass. Like, I am Eastern European, so it goes wide.
Yeah.
It does not go
Most-
out,
I mean,
though,
you
like
usually
theirs
lose
do.
weight, and you might perk it up, but it doesn't
That's true.
grow.
Right.
Like,
true.
it doesn't,
It doesn't
grow. You'll perk
completely-
it up, but it doesn't grow.
That's
Well,
true.
right, so you could do a ton of squats and you're gonna
Yeah,
lift it,
lift
maybe
it.
do a little better
But
for
it
the
doesn't
shape.
grow.
But again, I struggle with all this cosmetic. Like Kylie, ultimately, good for you with your lip gloss, good for you with your emojis, good for anyone because I admire the hustle. But I just think it's kind of weird how different looking she is to me because she was a super
Scary.
cute girl
I
before.
agree.
It's
I
actually
agree.
So now
It
she's
is
got
scary.
lips 4 times bigger than
Yeah.
mine. That's odd
It's
to me.
scary.
And then that you can become famous business and sell lip gloss based on your fake lips.
If you are-
It's strange.
That's my favorite meme, actually, that goes around about the Kardashians, period, is that it literally says, it has a picture of like old Kylie and new Kylie, and it says, "Are you really about to spend all your money on lip gloss from somebody who didn't have lips a year
Didn't have
ago?"
lips. I saw that.
That's right. And by the way, there was just a thing on like BuzzFeed and all around that like her gloss is the exact same ingredients as another gloss, and both glosses are made at the same company. So I don't remember the other gloss's name, but go for the $6 one, people. That's all I have to do. No, seriously, go for the $6 one. Quite often, brands are exactly the same.
That part is true too. That
Yeah.
part
That is
true,
very
too.
true.
That's
Not
You're
that I'm
paying for
trying
the
to
name.
take your coin away, Kylie.
But they're not sanctioned by Kylie, so people want to order. All right,
deal.
well, something a little bit more, I don't know, uplifting, exciting. Steph Curry, y'all, back in the news, making all kind of shots.
Doing his thing.
All over the place. I personally don't watch the NBA Finals anymore because it is too stressful, but he, of the Golden State Warriors, for those of you that don't know, he just won the Most Valuable Player award on Tuesday. But the reason it was like so historic is because it was the first unanimous decision for
Yep.
any MVP in the history of the sport. So Steph Curry is still winning in every way.
And
shape,
you know why I
form.
like that story? Because that man had to have a talent to get recognized.
It's funny, I don't watch basketball, so I don't really care. But here's what I found that I did care about. I thought it was really interesting. He has the best-selling jersey of the whole season, second year in a row, except in Ohio and Oklahoma. Why Ohio and Oklahoma? What's going on? My cousin's in Ohio. Why? What's going on? Like, why is it not number one
Who's
there?
in Ohio?
White
Is
people?
LeBron up there?
LeBron's there.
Well, that's why.
So that's
So,
why.
but who's
Yeah.
Oklahoma?
I don't know.
Because I don't even know what the team
think
is.
about
I don't know what
But I thought it was
the
very interesting that he has the number one selling NBA jersey.
That is
And then
really
he also
interesting.
break the three-point record, they were
Yes.
saying.
Essentially.
So they said that initially his last season record was 286, and now they were predicting, I think, 300, but his mark right now is 400, they're saying. And I mean, he's only 28 years old. I mean, this dude has got a long career. And what I do like about Steph is that he always seems to be very family-oriented. I mean, his family's always
does.
with him. His daughter alone
Is
could
a
probably...
star in her own
she's
right
a star in her
already.
own right. She
Yeah.
could have her own show herself, and it probably will happen in the future. But I respect him, and he seems like a humble guy. I've never met him, but he seems like a humble dude.
He
and
seems like a
has a
good
lot of
dude.
value. So
Yeah.
On a side note, Torian, because it's our kind of tourist, Torian Rain says, "Happy 20th anniversary of the craft, Rachel."
Oh, thank you, Torian.
Watching.
Thank
I
you
love
very
that you're reading the
much.
live feed.
Yeah, that's what I do.
appreciate
Yes,
that.
I did. So they said to
Yay.
you. So happy anniversary! I saw that the other day.
Thank
I thought you were about to say something negative about Steph. I was like, dang, I just
I
made
know,
this
that's
like
just-
No, nothing negative, nothing negative.
I was like, oh snap! Somebody got some tea.
Yeah, I was like, what's the tea, James? What's the tea about Steph?
Well, he's not that nice.
There really isn't much on him, though,
No, but
right?
it's-
He seems
so
to be a
far,
guy who loves
but see, that's why
basketball
I'm
and his
scared,
family.
because I'm like, it's been
Oh,
built
yeah.
up. His image is so built up. Like his family's awesome. His wife has this whole like everybody wants Aisha Curry to be their wife kind of
Right.
situation. Like I'm scared because anytime you put them all the way on,
know.
and it's not their fault. They're
No.
not doing
Right.
it. It's
No,
the media.
no.
But something happened and then it just crumbles all down. But I'm gonna pray. I hope. Y'all real cute. The family's real cute. They're doing really well.
They're doing great.
Congratulations.
Don't you think it's kind of
awesome.
like that in life? That like the moment you're like, yes, I'm on top.
Yeah.
That means, just for the record, when you're feeling that, that means if it's already started down.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
you're
that's
having
impressive.
that
That's
feeling,
true.
it's already
That's
happened.
awful.
It's not sad, but true,
It's true,
though.
it's
But
true.
doesn't mean it goes back up again, though.
Yeah,
It's
it goes back
cyclical,
up.
It's that's what we
That's
need to
right.
think. It's all a roller coaster.
It's all a roller
It's what
coaster.
we
It's
call
Just
life.
like life. Yeah.
Roller coasters of life. Well, these ladies had some roller coasters of life over at West Point, y'all. So there were some female cadets of the African American persuasion that decided to be excited. Like, hey, we about to graduate, girls. Let's put on our uniforms and take a picture with each other. So they put on their uniforms and they took a picture, and all of them held up a fist in the photo. Well, the photo got out, and West Point got real nervous because apparently
Did West Point get nervous?
West Point got nervous, and I'm sure all their alumni was like, what's happening? You're in the military. You are not supposed to have a
No political
political view or statement in relation to being in the military. Okay, so that's why they got mad. So West Point investigated this photo. And I know I shouldn't laugh because obviously there's a procedure, guidelines, what have you, for West Point and all of the military academies as to why that your political statements are misplaced in terms of the military, because you are solely supposed to be a patriot about America, for America, and anything, I guess, saying anything otherwise would be a problem. So, okay, fine. But they investigated, and apparently they investigated because they just questioned the black girls in the photo, like, hey, why you put your fist up? Because people were saying that the reason they were putting their fist up was showing support for the Black Lives Matter movement. they were like, no, we were just saying we're unified and we love each other as sisters because getting through West Point as a black woman is a major,
I would imagine that's a beast.
major
That's
feat.
right.
Yes.
Major feat. So, yeah, there was a blogger, former alums that came out and were really upset saying
But
that
what
they
about
were
the
showing
picture
it.
of the white students doing the exact
Doesn't
same
matter
thing?
when you're white because you can have power when you're white and you can express power and not be questioned.
But seriously,
And-
go Google it. There's a picture of white cadets. I think
There
it
is.
looks like it's outside on a field, and they have their arms raised in the
Yeah.
exact same thing. And I know it's obviously not a black power, so it's like, yes, we're here.
But the fist gets people a little nervous. They get, Beyonce got in trouble during Super Bowl. They get nervous. They feel like we're gonna all rebel. We're about to become crazy if we put up our fist.
But
So
it's not like we can't use our words today. Like, we're not slaves who have to give like a secret symbol these
Right,
days.
right.
Like, if we wanted to revolt, we'll just say we're gonna
revolt.
You'll know
You'll
if we're
know.
going to
The
revolt.
revolution will be televised.
That's
the revolution will be
right.
And showing my age. Here's the thing. Two things. One, I was just I almost got a little teary-eyed seeing the photo because for
Yeah.
me, I was like, black women are graduating from West Point.
Right.
Yeah.
This
High
institution.
five.
I mean,
Yes.
seriously. Like,
Yes.
I was like,
Amazing.
It was like, minus the fist and everything else, I was like, look at, there was like, what, 16?
Yes, there were
Hello?
16 of them in an institution that still, in 2016, is 70% white male.
Yes.
Is it really?
Yes.
it's
So
high
I was just like, for me, it was just like, I got emotional because I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing more than anything else.
Yeah.
And number two, as Rachel and I were talking about before the show came on, I grew up at a time where we came right after civil rights, kind of. And it was still, in the 70s, there was still some civil rights going on. But the fist was always something that was part of the past.
Yeah.
And so when I came of age in the 80s, I mean, there was no symbol. We didn't use any of those symbols or anything to like show any pride or anything.
No,
so now
Black
it's-
Pride then was like the fact that we were everywhere in terms of music and pop culture. We had suddenly
Right.
landed there, but we kind of left away some of the political things
Yes.
in the '80s to make so that because we were finally getting a
Well, if you
platform.
remember, we went very African, Afrocentric.
Yeah.
I was wearing lots of kente cloth. I was where I had my hats and I had my Monty
Please,
pins.
I would like to see those pictures.
I have them. I have them.
Please.
I'll post
You
them.
want
those?
I
Have
will
some
post them.
dashikis.
Yes, I have to say, I'll post those. I seriously, I had my high top fade, I'd have my hat on, and I'd have like big Monty pens. I think so. All these big African stuff.
All the African stuff made
Yes.
in China.
Were you
Yes, of
listening
course.
to
Of course.
Africa Bambaataa at that time?
No,
as
this
well?
is later. I was listening to De La Soul, and it was all the fun. It was all the funky native tongues or funky tongues. They were called. It was De La Soul, Queen Latifah, Jungle Brothers. They're all kind of celebrating the kind of African American experience, but it wasn't as political like she was saying. It just wasn't there. So now I'm seeing this kind of like the fist thing. Like that's a political statement.
Yeah.
And what's interesting to me is like we're finally having the discussions, whether it's Black Lives Matter or about this or lots of different things, the discussions I was hoping we were going to have in the 80s
too.
as I was coming of age. And I thought because civil rights had ended, but
Yeah.
here we are, we're supposed to be equal, but nobody wanted to talk about anything. So now, for better or worse, we are talking about things.
I agree.
And that's
We
good.
are talking about things, but I still find it a little bit sad that people are getting in uproars about certain things like this. I mean, we are in 2016, and the fact that I still feel like it's sometimes, not that I wasn't even born at this time, but 1960s, 1950s, the things I heard about where people were in uproars about fist and all this stuff that's going on, and we still have to talk, people are still getting like scared about this. It's crazy to me. I mean, this is 40 years later,
Yeah.
and I know we have to have the conversation for it to fully change, but when will it fully change?
I know, stop treating us like house slaves about to poison your dinner. Like, we have to
Right.
just...
We didn't do it then when
We're
we
not
should
gonna-
have.
right.
Exactly. Hello.
If we didn't do it then,
It's not gonna happen.
Right, like,
forward
we're
and it's
all on the
okay.
same side.
We're trying.
We're on the same
We're trying.
side,
We're
guys.
trying to get an equal
We just
ground.
want to
Yes.
live.
Yeah.
We
Right.
just trying to live.
I like the fact that it was ruled not political.
Yes, it was ruled not
Finally.
political.
That's great.
But at the same time, I sort of, when I read that it was ruled not political, I kind of felt like, even if,
Right.
if that wasn't their intention, supposedly, or that's what they told, because otherwise, the only way they can determine if it was not
Yeah.
political, if the girls just say, you know what, it
right,
wasn't political.
right.
They could be lying, whatever.
Right.
But even if it was, and granted, I understand West
They were
Point
better off
has
saying that
its
it isn't
laws.
political.
Don't ask, don't
to be honest
tell.
with you.
Don't ask, don't
Right.
tell.
Yeah.
Exactly. But at the same time, if it was political, like to me, looking at where we are and why would that have been a bad thing anyway?
I still-
Well,
I still think
Because
that's-
there's
Yeah.
I
something
agree.
political about the fact that they are only 16 graduating and that they feel some solidarity with each other. Like, that's a political statement in itself.
It is.
So I think it's kind of sad that, like, I get it.
That's a
'cause there
really
are
good
rules,
point.
but I just wish
agree
maybe
with
that
you.
it
I think
wasn't.
that's why I said don't ask, don't tell as a joke just now, but really I think it is
real.
don't ask, don't tell as far as being black at an academy like this.
Absolutely.
Maybe 20 years from now,
Yeah.
they can tell and speak. Well, yes, that was in solidarity, and it'll be just fine. But
Yeah.
right now, they're just,
They're
again.
still-
Such a minority there. The other thing I noticed about these pictures is look how fit everyone looks.
I know.
Super
Like
fit.
so
I
fit,
know. It's
like
not fair.
military
It's
fit.
not fair.
Who says not fair?
It is fair, honey. They work for that.
It's totally fair
Because I don't want to get up at 5 a.m.
That's true,
making a
too.
bed, going to the gym. Like,
That's
that's
true.
not my life.
Doing 80
Right.
push-ups
Yeah.
in 2 minutes.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's
No,
true.
no.
That's
Yeah.
true. I'm still proud. I'm still
Because
proud.
if I really wanted it, I would do it.
That's
but I
right.
obviously don't really
I know.
want
I'm just trying to tense my arms when I move right now so they don't flap
So I
around.
don't-
That's where I'm at.
Just hold
My
up
stuff's wrapped
one
in
muscle.
tights. And just wrap everything in tights.
Well, you know what? For West Point.
Yes.
For West Point.
We're
Also, they
happy
did it
for
up
you
like
guys.
this. They didn't even do this,
No,
right? They
that's
have
right.
it
It's
up.
like this.
That's
Like, we
right.
did it.
We did it.
And you did.
They did it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I think.
All right.
Huge congratulations.
Is that all you have for us today,
That's
Courtney?
all I have.
All right, before we move on to the ER Web Story Spotlight of the Week, I want to talk about DraftKings.com.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we have a special code we're doing right now called Black, and you can play fantasy golf, which, do you play, anybody play golf here?
No.
I have been on a golf course
Me too.
Okay, that doesn't
couple
count.
of times, and I have hit some balls.
Okay,
That
so
counts, girl.
But I
You're more in the
mostly was
range area.
on the cart with booze.
Okay. Well, you
But
know,
it can be fun that way.
You know what? Well, you should go to DraftKings.com and maybe start this way to
Yeah.
excite you to want to go and do more golf.
Possibly.
And if you use the code name Black, you can possibly win prizes. You can have a lot of fun. It kind of teaches you how to do things
like prizes.
step by
Me
step.
too.
DraftKings.com, code name Black, and
Codename
get your
Black.
fantasy golf on. All right, we're going to move on to the
Wow.
ER Web Story Spotlight of the Week.
Ooh, I like that.
Well, we obviously have been talking about Prince since his untimely death last month, and we're still waiting for the autopsy, which I'm thinking it may be revealed this week in the news, hopefully. There's been lots of reports about things going on. There's been a lot of stories in the news about what's been going on. And one person who has been in the news has been Arsenio Hall.
Yes.
Who knew?
Randomly.
I knew that he was a huge Prince fan. I remember kind of
Yes.
back in the day watching Arsenio Hall's show, and Prince was on there several times with like Patti LaBelle or something like
Yes,
that.
he was on there.
You know, they were all friends, and I know Eddie Murphy, who is Arsenio's good friend, also is a Prince lover, and so. I'm not surprised by the love that Prince receives. So basically, what this story is about is that Arsenio Hall has been, let's say the word, defamation of character has been given to him by Sinead O'Connor. Remember her? She had the
Yes.
song
Sinead
"Nothing Compares to
O'Connor.
You."
Another Prince connection.
Another
yes.
Prince
Yes.
connection, which there's a lot of wrong reports because I am a true Prince fan. So the song "Nothing Compares to You" was not written for Sinead O'Connor. It was written for The Family, which was the original group,
That's
which
right.
was that Prince's ex-girlfriend Susanna Melvoin was
Screams
in that
of
group.
Passion was a big
Screams of
hit.
Passions. So that
Details,
song was on their
details.
original album. Yes, so
I love it. I love it.
Actually, what happened?
I'm just saying
Mario,
because,
tell them.
no, because there's a lot of
I'm
false
on
reports.
Dario,
I don't-
Anthony, I'm with you.
This is
We're
for
with you,
this is
brother.
for the real
With you.
news,
Yes.
the real true stories.
I
you know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
I love it.
So anyway, so Sinead O'Connor has been known to make these kind of outlandish statements in the press and be kind of like we'll say, a person who wants to have a lot of attention in media. She has made claims against Arsenio Hall saying that he was one of the people who supplied drugs and contributed to Prince's drug habit. So Arsenio has gone crazy over this because obviously, he feels like, he has said it isn't true. He filed a $5 million defamation of character lawsuit against Sinead O'Connor. He said he hasn't spoken to Sinead O'Connor in 25 years. So, he's just like, where is this even coming from? He denies being Prince's drug pusher, which Sinead is saying. And also, Sinead made claims that he had spiked her with drugs back in the day, and he has no recollection of any of these things. So, it's really interesting what people are coming on board and saying in the media about Prince and just this story. What do you guys think about all this?
Well, here's funny. He has a new series coming out.
He does. It's
called Greatest Hits.
Greatest Hits. It's 80s and
Yes.
90s and
Yes.
early 2000s.
So this could
music.
hurt that, of
Oh.
course.
And it's on ABC. It just got picked up by ABC.
Yes, it could hurt himself in there. It's funny because, it was the 80s and early 90s. A lot of things happened back then. So
You're right there, James.
Who among
You're
us
right,
could not be
James.
considered
Thank
a
you.
pusher?
Oh, thank you. I'm
if
like-
you got a bag of weed for your friend, you're a pusher. That's the truth.
I went out back then. I was an adult. There were a lot of things that were pre-internet that luckily aren't on there anymore. I went anywhere. So I wouldn't be super surprised if this was possibly something that went on. But I like Arsenio, and I also feel like, I don't know, from his persona, he seems like he's a really genuine guy who's a hardworking guy. He tried coming back with that series, and I don't know, I think Sinead, she just says these weird things sometimes every few years or so. It's just kind of just comes across outlandish and like, why now? Why are you saying that?
But why is he taking it so seriously
Yeah,
is
that's
my
thing.
question, because again, they haven't had contact for 20, 25 years, so, and many things could have happened back then or not.
Yep.
But I just don't understand kind of the defamations. Look, Sinead O'Connor is a very specific case. She's been, shown to be bipolar and had some mental issues. And so in that aspect, that's why I don't understand why he's taken so seriously. But by the way, I actually, I know everybody loves to hate on Sinead, and even back when she was popular, it was very, she ripped up the picture of the Pope
yes,
on
I know.
SNL,
Yeah.
and I remember, I think it was MC Hammer, who was like, here's a ticket back to Ireland, blah, blah. But here's what I'm going to say. I am old enough to have seen that performance. It was a very powerful performance,
too.
and it was at a time when the church was completely silent about the scandal that was going on, and that was her point to bringing that up. So I have respect,
agree.
actually, for her.
too.
That said, she has proven herself to be unstable
little
in many
bit. Yes.
cases,
Yep.
like suicide attempts and putting that online.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of empathy for someone who is in mental duress, and I don't understand, again, why he's taking it so seriously.
Yeah, why is he,
I don't think she has $5 million,
Well,
by
if
the
he
way.
has a show coming,
Yeah, that's
that
what I was
would be
gonna say.
why.
That's
why- that's why I
Because even
mentioned
if
that.
somebody,
Yeah,
like,
very
if
true.
it got wind and she posted on social media,
It's
which
negative media.
started circulating, so
I
he
get it, it
probably is
lives-
just trying to protect that.
It lives forever
It
on
lives
the
forever.
internet.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Okay,
mentioned the series,
okay.
because I'm like, you was like, well, I'm just be like, that bitch is crazy. Like, you go about your life, you go about your life, but
Yeah.
I think it's because this series, he's kind of taking it seriously, but I think he shouldn't take it, who cares?
Yeah, I think it would have died down
So
on its
so you
own.
think that silence is the best weapon in
Yeah,
this case, just to not say
because it's
anything?
her. But it's, like you said,
Depending on the situation,
Yeah, the case by
right?
case
Yeah.
basis. I mean, it's her saying just crazy things.
Because I feel like most of us would be like, Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
No, trust me. Her first 2 albums were the bomb. I played those albums to death. She's very super talented. So, but she has opened up about her mental illness and
Yeah,
stuff.
which
Yeah.
again, there's no shame, and I actually think
No.
that's good that she's doing that. But her behavior has been super erratic over
Yeah.
the years,
I
so
agree.
this is just another super erratic thing. Because also if Prince had, let's say all that's true, which it's probably not, but
Yeah.
if it was, that is not why Prince passed
No,
away.
right,
No,
right.
that's
That's
at all.
not why he passed away. Even, are we going to talk about the doctor case? There's a doctor there.
Yeah.
Prince was going to go speak with a specialist about addiction, right? That guy sent his son to his house, and that is who found, along with some staff, I assume, Prince.
Prince
And
was supposed to have a meeting with him the next day.
that's right.
to
So
help him
now
through the
they're
problem.
going after the doctors who
So they say.
provided the pills. But here's my thing. I know people who have enough pills in their house to kill an army.
I do.
Yeah.
Is it the doctor's fault? I don't know.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because
No, if I died today, they can go in my house, see all kind of stuff, and be like, I'll be in the
What would
news,
they
like,
find,
All
James?
kind of stuff.
What's an
Mommy,
example?
go to whatever the house.
What's an example of what?
I mean, I have pills and things and
we all do from our leftover dental
Toys,
surgeries.
things. Yeah, exactly. So I'm saying, but you can label somebody. If you look at their cabinet, I said toys.
Party at James' house.
I was gonna say, I'm like,
I'm always happy.
I don't have anything except
I got
pills.
Benadryl and an EpiPen
That's it.
and some champagne.
Oh, I got more than that.
No, I have a bottle of. The doctor gave me what was it, Percocet, which I didn't even know
I
what
love
that. I didn't
Percocet.
know what that was, right? And I actually years and many years ago, I was like, give me a pill.
Said
Now
many
I
years
don't.
ago.
No, really, many years ago, I'd been like, give me that pill, and I would have taken it for fun too, because why not? You're
Yeah,
young.
I've done it.
I don't do that anymore because it's not fun to take a pill. Like I don't think there's anything fun about a pillcation anymore. So I've had those Percocet for
Vocabulary word of the
I
day.
am an actress.
Can we hashtag that location?
Love
Hashtag
that.
Percocet. But
I'm stealing
here's the
it.
thing: I've had that Percocet for over a year now,
Yeah.
and that
Might be expired.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Do
I
people
mean,
take expired medication?
what?
It's just less potent. I used to be a nurse. I used to be a nurse, so it's
It's
just
fine
just
for
less
a few
potent.
years.
It's less potent.
That's my
See, I
guess.
get weirded out when my ibuprofen is like a month
Don't let
over.
it be a week late. I'm like, I gotta throw it out. I'm afraid I'm gonna die in my
No,
sleep.
you know what? These things may not still be good or not, but anyway, someone could come in my house and say she has these.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Is it the
That's my point.
doctor's fault?
No.
No. But then again, nobody really needs Percocet for tooth pain, by the way.
Yeah.
I
you
took
do.
it one day, felt nauseous, and then took Advil the rest.
Well, where it is the doctor's fault is if you are prescribed things that are outside of the realm of how much you're supposed to be subscribed.
Right.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
yeah,
understood.
yeah.
So if
Understood.
if you are supposed to take one pill every day and the doctor
do blame
prescribes
Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah, I do.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
That
perfect
is a
example.
That was very
case.
That's a
irresponsible.
perfect
That's
example.
a different case.
It's how you
Prince,
prescribe.
it seems a little different because there weren't a whole lot of aliases associated with him getting random
That-
medication
right,
and
if
that
it-
kind of thing. So I feel like maybe they were trying to be responsible.
Right.
So in that regard, I don't know.
No, you're
Well,
right. If it
yeah.
turns out that he had like 5 different prescriptions at
Yeah.
different different places all over the town, then it's a different case.
Exactly.
But also, it sounds to me like Prince had some sort of other situation going on, some kind of, infirm illness going on, and that is why he was taking,
aggravated,
yeah, as opposed to I'm just straight up addicted to pain pills.
Right.
But we don't know.
I think the bigger picture is that we don't know these celebrities. You guys don't know us. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Did you call us celebrities? Yes. Are we celebrities?
Well, I certainly never thought Mr.
thank you,
James had a whole
James.
party up in his house.
Apparently.
I keep my stuff to myself usually, but it's just funny. We don't know these people. We don't know them.
Right.
So stuff may come out that we weren't ready for, and we don't know because they don't put it out there. Because Prince was all about his music. It was all about the music. He's presenting himself. It's like, here's my music, and that's it. So now we're kind of uncovering some things that may or may not be true.
Well, here's the thing. I will be glad when that autopsy comes out because I'm so tired as a hardcore Prince fan of all the rumors and speculations that have come out and all these crazy people that are coming out. Speaking of crazy people, there is a woman who is filing a $500,000 claim alleging she's owed royalties from Prince's estate because she was the inspiration behind his 2004 Musicology album. And she said that Prince promised her that he would pay her $500,000 because she inspired him for this album. Her name is Kimberly Felicia Potts. And, it's really interesting, too, because of the fact that Prince obviously did not have a will, which we've talked about on the show, which I think is crazy, as much, millions of dollars that he's worth, $300 million right now they're saying, and it's going to skyrocket after all
His
of this
albums
stuff.
are selling
it's going to be
right
crazy
now.
that he didn't have a will. But all these people, they've been talking about the brothers and sisters. He had one full sister, Tyka, and then he has, they said, I think, 5 half siblings that they're all already fighting over the money, and because he's in the state of Minnesota, it goes.
They all can split it. I was like,
it's
what?
split.
That's
That's
just
how it is.
automatic
It's split.
in that
It's
state?
automatically in
a
that
half
state.
sibling, a whole sibling, it doesn't matter. You're a sibling, it's equal.
So now the crazy thing is, I just read today that there is 700 people who are claiming to be Prince's sibling. And they are allowed. They are allowed to do this because of the law in Minnesota.
Who pays for all the DNA tests?
We do, taxpayers.
Probably the taxpayers.
Minnesota.
But before I kind of jump off and go into that, but Kimberly Felicia Potts is the woman who is claiming the $500,000 for the musicology thing. Now, here's what's interesting about her, though, and once I kind of did a little bit more research. She lives in Alabama. She also claimed that Prince wanted her to reopen his MPG music club back between 2001 and 2006.
That's part of that.
And then they said in January, cops responded to a 911 intruder call at Prince's house because she allegedly was stalking his house. So I'm gonna say that Felicia, or Kimberly Felicia. Bye, Kim Felicia. Bye, Kim Felicia.
But even if she had known him, right? Even if she had inspired that album, you don't get paid for being a muse, honey.
No, I'm sorry, girl.
I've been one. You know, unless you have it in writing.
Writing.
Exactly. It should be enough that you inspired someone to create these beauty, and you didn't.
He's like,
clearly,
could you be the most beautiful?
And,
right.
Yeah,
write it down.
And clearly, if Prince didn't have a will, he probably didn't put in writing that Kimberly Felicia is the inspiration to musicology.
I mean, I've been in liner notes of albums, but I ain't get no money.
Oh.
Right.
Which
You're right.
albums,
You can be an
James?
inspiration.
James, you're so interesting. You have such a history.
We're like learning new things today about
I never knew this. I
James.
thought you just
Popped out an egg.
I thought you just help people get their lives
Organized.
together and
I did that
organized.
too. I did that too.
Do you
On the
remember
side.
the ex-boyfriend? It was in the news for a minute last year that the ex-boyfriend of Adele was like, I inspired those songs, so I should get no, but you don't get a dime
for being a dick.
On top of it for being a dick, but just because you inspired something, you had nothing to do with it.
Right,
So
exactly.
I think there's obviously a lot of people are going to come crawling out of
course.
the woodwork.
Absolutely.
700 siblings, and he
700
might
siblings.
have like 50 because his dad looked like he got
Papa might have been a Rolling Stone.
Right.
Papa was definitely.
Papa might, there's a couple photos
I'm trying
that
to think how we get. I don't know nobody. I don't really have no family in Minnesota. I don't think I can figure.
Me
We got
neither.
some Wisconsin. This kind of close.
Papa had a couple pictures where he was with Playboy Playmates at
That's what I'm
Princess
saying.
Premiere.
Yeah.
So
He could definitely have a
he
few.
could have a couple kids. Now, there's also another claim from another man that's $46,000 that says he should be rewarded for cost of equipment and recording cost, but they're still kind of investigating all these claims. So, I mean, I think a lot of these will be thrown out of court, honestly, at this stage, especially if the siblings get the money. I think it may take longer for the siblings to get the money with all these claims, but
Messy boots.
Messy boots. Speaking of messy boots, or nasty boots, if you want to say it, is Janet Jackson. We talked about her last week because she announced that she's pregnant at 50. Congrats to her.
Old ass.
She didn't announce.
Did you just say, wait?
Sources reported. heard it.
He just
Okay,
said.
well-
She still has
No,
not announced that she's
sidebar, he
pregnant.
just said old ass. He just called that stunning
Well,
woman.
she's beautiful. I'm a few years
beautiful.
younger than her. Trust me. I'm like, I'm having a baby at 50. That's too much.
Why?
Why is
You
it too
can
much?
shoot a baby out of your balls. Why can't she have a baby at 50?
I don't want to. My kids are grown.
conversation
I
just
got
went
grandkids. I'm
different.
done.
No, I'm
done.
serious though, because I
place.
think
It's hard on the body. As a nurse, it's hard. I know it's hard on the body. She's Janet Jackson, so of course she has everything taken care of.
Yeah, she's got the money to buy a new body. It's fine.
Yeah, but
It's
still,
totally
that's
fine.
a lot.
It is a lot. I think it's a lot.
Pregnant at 50.
I know.
No, honestly,
that's a lot.
like I expressed last week, though, I would have done it at this age if I could, should have, would
I'm
have.
exhausted thinking about it.
Yeah, but I mean, she's kind of slowing down a little bit. So why
But
did it take time to have a
zaps.
baby?
Like, children in your body
They suck
eat
the life.
everything. They are literally
Okay. Yeah, I
sucking
mean,
the life
you're
out
right.
of you. It's not a joke. Like,
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
true.
why probably our eggs still haven't caught up with like our lifespan because it's exhausting. Like, I can't even. Oh,
All right. Well,
Get
before we get on to that,
Sorry.
we want to talk about
Well,
the
she
story.
already had a baby, so she know how
Well,
to do
so-
it.
So that's what this story is about. So we are,
Because
you
we
know,
already knew that.
Well, so the story is that there is a love child that has come to the forefront, who apparently went to her ex-husband James DeBarge, and it is a young woman who claims to be Janet Jackson and James DeBarge's love child, who was given up for adoption. And she said on her mother's dying bed that the mother revealed the adoptive mother revealed that Janet Jackson was her true mother and James DeBarge was her true father. She's apparently reached out to James DeBarge, and this is what James said.
Because that's how ridiculous.
This is what
Yeah, it does.
Mr. DeBarge said. Someone had contacted me. She spoke to me by email the first time was 2 years ago. I have not been able to directly see her face to face. The young woman suggested a paternity test, but that hasn't happened yet. She claims that I'm her father and Janet is her mother. So, you know, she said that she described her feelings as being fearful and angry and didn't want to come to the forefront through all these years because they were married. They got their marriage annulled in 1985, I believe. 86-ish. They both were around 18 years old. So,
Yeah.
I'm guessing that
So we're
this...
trying to say they had two? Because we know Reba got one of them.
Okay, so that's,
Well, see, that's
the
the
real-
thing.
I was
So,
like, there's no
for
way
years-
the Jacksons would give up a
Yes.
baby and give it to strangers. They would give it to one of those third cousins.
That's what I'm
Sorry.
saying. So, if you haven't heard this, for years they've said that Rebe Jackson has the love child of James DeBarge. and
We
Janet
already
Jackson.
know that.
There's been pictures.
Right.
That child looks like Janet
just like
Jackson's
both of them.
face.
Yeah,
Like-
and just has
Yeah.
the,
It's
the
funny
skin
'cause
complexion of James DeBarge.
It's funny because when I remember when this all came out, there was no internet or anything. I remember I was reading Right On magazine and Black Beat magazine and Jet.
Wow, you
And
took it back to the
I did.
real-
I took it back.
recognize
the good old black
Yeah.
days.
I mean,
The good old
there
black
was
days.
Right On and Black Beat were the two magazines that were for black
Blackfeet
folks.
was like, was that the black version of Tiger
Yes,
Feet?
exactly. New Edition was always on the cover. So no, my thing was it was just funny. I tell you, I'm 47. The thing is, I remember this whole rumor about that she had a baby. It was like Joe Jackson was involved because she was trying to become big and they didn't want to have a kid.
Yeah.
And the whole DeBarge family, they were
Right.
kind of ghetto. If you watch the Unsung DeBarge,
It's sad and really good.
Yes,
but it's
good
really
same time.
sad too.
So-
So they're all mostly on drugs. A lot of them were on
So
drugs. at
I'm
the time.
questioning James first of all a little bit. Like, okay, now you're kind of.
You
I
ain't
mean,
clear of thought.
Yeah, I know you're the other half of the equation, but I'm like, I don't know, and almost let it die. Let it die. I guess. I mean, it's been kind of. I mean, it's a painful part. Maybe it's painful for them. Maybe I don't know.
But maybe
So do you
like
think this claim is? You think it's false?
I think this claim is false. I think the child was raised by Jacksons, if there was one.
I do too. That's what I think. Sorry.
But
Rachel,
why
for
is
sure.
why is there even a controversy about this? Like, do the DNA test
Right.
and done. Like, it's not the
I haven't been able to
1930s.
see- I
haven't
where,
been
like,
able to
who
see
knows?
her.
He said, I haven't been able to see it.
Years.
He did say that the young woman did want to do a DNA test, so we'll
But then
see
they
what
should
happens.
have did it a long time ago.
I would
And maybe that is a love child of James DeBarge that
Yeah.
got nothing to do with Janet.
Okay.
That's
No,
what I
she's
thought.
claiming that Janet's her mother, though. I would have got
Girl,
that.
I would claim she's my
Wouldn't
mama
you?
too. Because you know the story that
Exactly.
exists that there was possibly a baby, so she's probably trying to play on
But it's
that.
probably a baby out with someone else
Yeah.
while he
Yeah.
was with
I would have
Janet,
knocked
and
at the
that-
door
Yeah.
with the paternity results.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
Jerry Springer. Let's
Yeah.
take him on Jerry Springer. You know what I'm saying?
You
Maury.
are
You are the father.
You are the father.
All right. Well, that is the story of the day. We'd love to know what you guys think about this whole Janet Jackson, James DeBarge.
Well, you know what
craziness.
gets me? It kind of reminds me of the whole Diana Ross Berry Gordy thing. Because I remember when
Wait,
I
there's
saw
controversy with
No,
that?
at first it was her child. She said it was her child with the white guy that was Tracy's and Chutney's father.
Oh, right.
And you kept looking at her going, okay, no, she looks just like Berry Gordy. I mean, she had the dark skin, the eyes, they had everything, and they came out that it was Berry Gordy's later. It came
Oh,
out
they had
later.
an affair.
They had an affair.
Oh, wow.
It came out later. It was not known at first. She was raised as a Silverstein at first with Tracy Ellis and Chudney's father, and then it came out.
All right.
So it's like kind of crazy.
We get all the tea. We get all the tea spilled up in this week.
Back
all
when
right.
you could just hide that shit.
Yeah, back then you could. Not anymore. Not with Twitter and shit.
No. Everything is out. They be like, I've been messing with your husband for 12 years. Snapchat.
Here's a picture.
In my bed.
Right, here's a picture of his penis.
No, I can never understand people who like, these girls that give these groupies who give these guys who are married, and they go to sleep after sex, because men do, and they take pictures of it, of course, and post it everywhere.
Yeah.
They're like, why did this happen to me? Like, what's going on? I'm like, don't go to sleep.
Thank you.
Have
Just leave.
sex, stay awake, and
Stay
get around.
awake and leave. Like,
And leave.
That's
it's
true.
stupid.
Kick the
Right.
person
It happens
out.
all the time. You're like, I fell asleep. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Shame.
Well, we're going to leave on that. With James making that face, in fact. We'll start with you, James. Where can fans find you?
Find James in his room.
You can find my room with my pills. I'm
Or
James.
in my bathroom taking my
Taking
pills.
your
That's what I
Percocet.
think.
I'm all send them to me. I don't care if they're old. I'm James Jr. You can follow me on all social media platforms at James Jr. I have a show called Breaking Into here on Black Hollywood Live.
Check it out.
Courtney, where can fans find you?
I'm everywhere on social media at Stewart Starlet.
At Rachel True on Twitter and True Rachel True on Instagram.
You can find me at Derrial Christon on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And happy birthday again to you, too.
Thank you.
Glad we got
Happy
to celebrate. We have
birthday,
cupcakes here. We got
Taurus.
champagne.
Photo.
We had conversations about babies and James's closet.
My
and
closets.
His pills. Lots of fun. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Oh, yeah, Black
From
Power.
Executive Keven Undergaro, Derrial Christon, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live. Cyprian, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.